What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Seth, and today we're going to be talking about some Trove theories about U10, but more importantly than any of that is this double egg event. So apparently this is going on for, I don't know, I'm guessing it's going on for this week, or at least just for a while, but we got double eggs. Every layer in the caves has increased companion egg chances. Now, before we get started with actually, we're going to go into a cave and hopefully end up finding an egg, It's interesting that this doesn't actually just change it so that when you, say, grab a bronze egg randomly, or a silver egg, or a gold egg, if you're fortunate enough, it's not just going to end up giving you 2 eggs. That would be too simple and to the point. They've actually made it so that there is a chance of having 2 companion eggs spawn within a layer in the Geode area. So for a limited time, every layer in the Moonlight Grotto, Sunken Sun Vault, and Verdant Veins has double the chance to spawn a companion egg. Every layer in Tier 5 will always have 2 companion eggs, while every layer in Tiers 2 to 4 has an increased chance to find a companion egg and may have 2 companion eggs. That's kind of, they're kind of saying it a little bit too much, aren't they? Just kind of repeating themselves. So anyways, let's head on into the Geode. I thought this would be a good opportunity for us to actually go into the Geode caves, because I mean, how long has it been since we ended up making any Geode related content? Now, there's a couple theories of why I'm pretty sure that not only this, but in regards to the latest hotfix, we've got some clues that U10 might be like coming very, very soon. So with this event going on, first and foremost, it already kind of has me thinking, you know, why are they trying to get us some extra eggs? And we do know that they are going to be adding some new companions with the U10 update. So they did already mention this before, where they said there was going to end up being another, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was actually another rare pet being added to the U10 update. So quite a high possibility that that is why they're trying to have us kind of prepare, because they'll usually kind of do stuff like this where they'll have something preceding like a new update that kind of has us like stock up on a new resource that we need, more so than just the egg itself. I think actually it's that they want people to be back in the Geode area. Now, we could argue that the devs for some reason are obsessed with this Geode area, and I mean, honestly speaking, it's like it's never really been that exciting, and it's just weird that they keep on pushing it. But I think that they're just trying to get us to go into the Geode area because of all the changes that they ended up making to the resources, and I think it's safe to say that it's got to do with U10. Most of all, the reason why I'm thinking this in the first place is because we've got this big hotfix update that ended up just hitting, right? So it was just a small hotfix, but for console players, I don't know if on PC, I'm pretty sure we already had all this stuff on PC, but for console players, you guys ended up getting an update that was over a gig big, and that seems pretty suspicious for an update that just ended up changing a couple things with a quick little hotfix that ended up basically just fixing a Revenant glitch and stuff like that, right? So that makes me like very suspicious to think that they are clearly adding assets to the U10 update to the console version of the game. So it's like they're adding the game files for the U10 portals and the new biome and everything like that, because one like over a gig is pretty standard for like a big update for Trove. So I'm very excited about this. Actually, it's funny, like the hotfix update I could care less about. You know, it kind of fixed a couple things, but the fact is that it ended up having this bigger update for console players, which made me wonder, you know, this clearly says they're preparing for U10. Like, it's more of a hint than anything we've gotten before, because they haven't really told us anything. Another thing too that I guess I should mention in this video, just because I haven't mentioned it in any others, is that Trove has actually changed their Twitch account. So anytime that they're going to be doing live streams and stuff like that, henceforth, it's going to be twitch.tv/TroveGame rather than their usual, which was twitch.tv/TryandWorlds. That has actually been discontinued. They don't use that anymore, obviously, because TryandWorld is just completely dissolved, and now it's up to Game Go and blah, 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 blah. But what do you guys think about that? I think it's pretty cool. I think, you know, like I said, I'm not entirely sure. This is just kind of speculation whether or not the U10 update is going to be coming out sooner than we think. But I think it's pretty safe to say, especially with them saying that they were trying to aim for still releasing U10 this year, that there is a high possibility that we might just be surprised very soon with not only just the PTS server, but then just with the U10 update coming out sometime in December, hopefully. Very, very hopeful for it. Honestly, you know, we can't say. I can't say for sure. I'm not like a dev. I don't work for these guys. I'm not a fortune teller. It's just we kind of know how to read between the lines, and we've gotten really good at that when it comes to Trove stuff, because the devs for some reason are not as open with us as they should be, which is one of the biggest criticisms that I have about these guys. You know, I'm trying to kind of not have that same outlook with these new developers, because obviously, you know, they haven't really had any experience being in charge. You know, it's just pretty much a bunch of coders ended up getting thrown into the hot seat of the Trove development and stuff like that. But either way, so we're in tier 4 now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what we ended up getting to before. It's been so long since I ended up actually going into this Geode area. I'm not really as good at it. It is kind of disappointing that they ended up like kind of changing the mobility of the Geode caves. You guys remember all of this stuff? You remember how we actually used to be able to go through things a lot faster, just because the way that the jetpack worked and the grappling worked was just kind of better. Like, it's funny, this is fully maxed out gear, and we're draining our energy, and I'm getting knocked around by all these plants and stuff, and it's just like, oh man, come on. I mean, there's a couple tricks that you can end up doing to go through the caves a little bit faster, but I don't really care, you know? It's like, you don't really need it anymore. Now, that's the thing too I do want to mention, is that in the past, pardon me, in the past, when they ended up talking about all this U10 stuff, they were saying that, unfortunately, none of the resources from the Geode caves was going to end up helping us or carrying over to U10, not for some of the bigger content, but they did imply that the stuff within the cave system in general was going to end up giving us a little bit of an edge when it came to the U10 content. So I'm wondering whether or not some of the resources will be used for early tiered crystal gear, and then, you know, some of the higher tiered crystal gear is more than likely going to end up being related to new resources that they're going to end up having for the Geode surface, for U10 itself. And, well, not necessarily just U10. Honestly, like, I'm still kind of worried about what's actually going to happen with this update. Like, I'm excited for U10, don't get me wrong. More content is always a good thing with this game, especially when it comes to dungeon farming and stuff, because we barely had anything actually happen this entire year, which is pretty sad, especially considering all of the empty promises that we ended up getting. But that's not the devs' fault that the company ended up going debunked. But the thing is, it's like, dude, seriously, just give us more content. And further than that, okay, let's see. Never mind what I'm talking about. Who cares? Let's see if we can end up getting, okay, 1 bronze egg. Now, it specifically said that in tier 5 we would have 2 eggs. So I'm not seeing a second one here. So either they messed up on the code, as to be expected, you know, when it comes to Trove stuff, or it's just this egg is like in a really hidden spot that I don't know about. Because I looked to very specifically when I ended up grabbing that bronze egg, it did not end up giving me 2 of them when I ended up picking them up. I mean, one of the problems with this Geode area in general is that it just takes so long to get to the deeper caves. Like, this is already almost 10 minutes, and we're only in the Geode cave, you know, tier 5 now. Like, it's ridiculous. But anyways, on to what I was saying about the crystal gear. More than likely is going to take, like, they're gonna add new resources with the Geode surface, and it made me kind of think, like, it's like, what is U10 actually going to give us? Because it doesn't sound like, ironically, it does not sound like the U10 update is going to end up being a proper end game. You know, at first we were thinking it was going to be the 5-star dungeons, and then we ended up finding out that the 5-star dungeons are not an exclusive to U5 at all. Or U10, not U5. It's because I'm in tier 5, I'm getting all confused. But really, like, it's like you're going to end up seeing those 5-star dungeons as soon as we end up getting into There's 2 eggs, finally. As soon as we end up getting into the U8, like the Geode surface in general, just has 5-star dungeons. And I'm all for them giving us, like, extra content for everybody to mess with. But it's like, dude, we need a proper end game. Like, that's one of the big things that's kind of lacking in this game and keeping a lot of old school players from returning, because everybody just kind of plays this game till they get to the end, then they're done with it, and then they just move on. It's like, the crystal gear is fine because it makes the game a lot more approachable for starting players to end up getting to high-tiered gear and getting to the end game a lot faster. You know, of course, the upgrades to the crystal gear is going to end up being pretty difficult, apparently. But it's like, then we don't, like, are we going to have an end game on top of it? Because it doesn't seem like it. So anyways, let me find one more layer here, see how lucky we can end up getting. It was kind of stupid that that first one didn't actually end up having 2 eggs. Like, I kind of was expecting that, just because when it comes to Trove's code, these guys are not really the best. Could have just been a little bit of a glitch, though. But either way, let's check out this last, one. And if it, so help me, if there's only 1 bronze egg in here, like, I mean, the thing is, it's like, I honestly, like, I've already done, like, over 200 bronze eggs, not gotten a single rare ally or pet out of it, let alone one of the rare ones that I'm missing, because I'm actually missing, like, 1 for a little bit of extra mastery. Okay, so we got some more bronze eggs here. And it's like, even with this, I have no incentive to, oh, gosh. See, this is why I have no incentive to actually do the Geode area, just because it's, like, disgusting, dude. Like, it's so slow. I guess I should mention, too, console players, if you're sitting here going, scratching your head going, why do those eggs look so beautiful? It's a mod. Of course, it's a mod on PC. That makes the eggs very obvious. So, anyways, I'm going to continue onward and go through this tier 5 before I end up running out of gas. Hopefully end up finding some silver, maybe gold eggs. And in that regard, or, well, not in that regard, but besides that, we're going to call it here. So thanks for watching, everybody. Very much appreciate your positivity and support, especially through this trying time with all of the Trove and everything like that. You know, it's still kind of exciting that we're going to be getting all the U10 stuff. But here's hoping that we end up getting it sometime soon, and more so than that, end up getting an announcement so that we don't have to keep doing all these little, you know, picking apart all the tiniest little bits of information in the hopes that we're actually going to end up hearing something, you know? So anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, sub, hit that notification bell. Would really appreciate it. And if you want to support me, you can always sponsor the YouTube channel with that join button down below. Buy some of my real life merch, which is in the description, or you can always check out the link to Gawkbox, which is a way that you can donate to me and support me for absolutely free through sponsored donations. Yeah. Anyways, let's see if we can end up finding one last thing in this area here, if I could ever just get up here. Like, this is why the Geode area sucks, man. The mobility is trash. Like, just come on, give me a break. We used to have so much more momentum with the jet boots than we do now, and then they nerfed it because they were like, people are going through our cave system a little too quickly. And it's like, dude, that was like, that's one of the things that I find so fun about Trove to this day, is the fact that we have so much increased mobility. Like, the game itself controls so nice and quick and to the point, which is what's so beautiful about it. Are these just bronze eggs? I'm pretty sure they're bronze eggs. Oh my gosh. Forget this. Sign on and stay epic, everybody.